Well, how happy are you with your phone service? Chances are you've had a problem with your landline or mobile in the past. The telecommunications industry ombudsman feels your pain. Complaints to him jumped 31% from January to March. Problems with mobiles are up 50%, and Vodaphone was most often mentioned, with complaints about it rising 96%. The unhappiness with Vodaphone even prompted Vodafail, the musical, with this parody put online.
Hello, hello, baby, you called, I can't hear a thing. I ain't got no service yet again, you say. What did you say?
You keep breaking up on me.
Vodafone says it's now solved many of the problems and is making amends. But how does it get so bad? And will things improve in future? Ombudsman Simon Cohen joins me now. Simon, morning to you. What's going on that we see such an amazing rise in complaints, a spike?
Good morning, David. Look, it's been a very grim quarter for consumers. More than 59,000 new complaints to my office between January and March of this year. The issues haven't just been confined to Vodafone, although they've had a particularly sharp rise in complaints to more than 14,000 new complaints, particularly in January. But mobile, internet, landline, complaints about debts, about bills, about contracts, all of those have increased during the quarter.
Are you happy with how Vodafone in particular is dealing with its problems?
Look, I was very pleased to see the apology that it was made by the Chief Executive Officer to customers, and I'm aware of the considerable additional investment in relation to customer service and the proposed additional infrastructure investments. From my perspective, what's very important is for us to closely monitor that and to hopefully see some improvement in the number of customer complaints that we receive.
From reading the figures, it seems as though the telcos do the right thing once someone makes a complaint. It seems as though they're pretty snappy in trying to resolve it. Would that be right?
Look, I think that's a fair observation. Once people land with us and we're able to get them to the specialist complaint handling teams within telephone and internet companies, they get most of their problems solved quite quickly. And the question I think that arises from that is, why are consumers finding it so hard to get to the right people in telephone and internet companies to solve their problems?
OK, so they're not getting them solved with a phone call direct. They go through you and you sort of whip up the action.
Well, they try and solve it themselves. Many consumers are incredibly resilient. They spend many hours over many months talking to many departments to try and solve their problems. But when they can't get a solution, they come to us. And frankly, 59,000 consumers having to resort to the Ombudsman to solve what are frankly quite simple problems is far too many.
Yeah, and I noticed Telstra is the big winner out of this. Vodafone's problem, share price up because so many customers are crossing over to them, so a bit of a fill-up there. All right, mate, thank you very much for that, Simon.
Thanks, David.
Now, we did ask the regulator, the Communications and Media Authority, to appear this morning. Their spokesman wasn't available. We'll follow this up when their recommendations are out, and that will be in a couple of weeks.
Could have got him on the phone.
No, we got the engaged signal. Sorry.